Matthew Bryza is a board member of the Jamestown Foundation, and he joins me now live from Istanbul. Matthew, good to have you on the programme. So it seems to be that the US is caught between a rock and a hard place. What leverage do they have over Israel?
Yeah, Miriam. The United States has ultimate leverage if it wants to use it, right? I mean, the Netanyahu government cannot possibly sustain its military operations without U.S. support. But there's the domestic U.S. political reality of a lot of support for Israel. However, that support is weakening as Israel continues this brutal offensive that is destroying so many innocent Palestinian civilians in Gaza. So the ball is in play. And I think that domestic American politics are pushing President Biden to come down harder and harder against what Israel is doing.
So you don't think that Biden then was speaking out of tune? Is the US administration divided on its approach to supporting Israel at this time, especially as they say they want this war to continue for several more months, whatever that means?
I don't think it's divided, to be honest. I think that there are members of the U.S. Congress, which of course is an important part of the U.S. government, that will always be supportive of Israel. And remember, in the beginning, President Biden said, we will do anything it takes. We'll always be with Israel to support it after the horrific October 7th attacks, which, by the way, we should not lose sight of. I mean, for Israel, right, the slogan after the Holocaust is never again, and again happened inside Israel on October 7th. So initially, President Biden emotionally and strategically was very supportive of Israel. But that support is fading. And I think, we see Jake Sullivan now in Israel to deliver or to reinforce President Biden's message that you have to stop this indiscriminate murdering of civilians. Your package just a few minutes ago explained how a huge percentage of the bombs Israel is dropping on Gaza have been dumb bombs, unguided, which means they're not precision. They're intended just to create massive destruction that inevitably kills innocent civilians, women, children, and men.
Well, Biden may have his concerns, and he might have sent Sullivan here to convey those concerns to Israel. But today, Netanyahu said that essentially the two-state solution is a no-go. So that message can't have been well received. Or how would you say it would have been received by the U.S. administration then?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think probably President Biden or Jake Sullivan on the ground expected that response. But that's not a sustainable position by Israel. Without United States support, Israel cannot continue this offensive. It will have to change course. So the question is a domestic political calculation by President Biden. Is the opposition he's facing from so many young voters in the United States, on which he depended to win his election last time against President Trump, more significant than the traditional U.S. support for Israel? I think the dynamic has changed, and I think President Biden is really worried about losing those younger voters who are appalled by what Israel is doing to the innocent Palestinians.
Well, election cycles do seem to make dynamics change. Matthew Bryza, thank you for your analysis tonight in the programme. Thank you so much.